So, Congressman, he says no government shutdown. You know we're going to get a CR. We know that's going to lead to an omnibus bill. And he's got 200 Democrat votes basically in his pocket. So how do you guys win?
Well, first of all, John, you notice he didn't say what's good for the American people. He just says no government shutdown, which I assume he means give in to what Congress has always done, which is increase spending, as evidenced by the debt that's on this country. Kevin McCarthy's been missing in action for the last 5-6 weeks. If he really wanted to get involved, he is the quarterback of the team, John, and he should have been involved the 5 weeks we were out, but he wasn't. Now, he doesn't have the votes right now. The reason we pulled the DOD appropriations bill, he didn't have the votes. Now, he's got to have the votes. Now, I will say this. If he goes to the Democrats and cuts a deal like I feel like happened with the number of Democrats that voted for that spending bloated dollar amount on the debt ceiling, if he does that, he has a problem, because a lot of us just are not going to, we're not going along with that. And he represents the Republican Party. We were put in charge for a reason, and it's not to run up the debt in this country. And the only good thing the Biden administration has done is give us a treasure of things to cut out: the wokeness, the Green New Deal, all the items that payments to other countries to build walls. And so we've got a treasure of things to cut, and I think we're negotiating with all factions of the party. And he says he's not going to have a shutdown. Well, let's see what he wants. And it's not more spending, and it's not the Pelosi-Schumer plan that I assume he thinks will work. A shutdown is, why are we at this point at this time? Why wasn't he involved weeks ago, or months ago for that matter? He just wasn't.
So let me ask you this, Congressman. Simple question. 2019, you were there. The total federal budget was just over $5 trillion. In 2023, we have tax revenue coming in. Much of it increased because of the Trump tax cuts, by the way, of $5 trillion. So if we had the same spending in 2019, you would right now have a balanced budget for the fiscal. Instead, spending has gone up to $7 trillion. So a 40% increase in government spending from 2019 to 2023. What is that $2 trillion? Like, everybody got the COVID one-time payments and PPP. Everybody got that. But those eventually went away. So what is this $2 trillion? Like, how is that affecting anybody's life? How did we get there? And why can't we peel any of it back?
Well, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to ring the bells for why a $2 trillion deficit when you have record tax revenues. COVID is over with, John. That's why we wanted to go back to the pre-COVID spending levels, which is a meager request. That's not some far-right, hardline stance. Kevin McCarthy should be with us on this, and he should be working to get to that number. So, we cannot, unless we're just going to give in, which we're not going to do, the Democrats will spend us into oblivion. And it's time to stop it. And we've got so many things that, and I get all the headline news about the investigations and all that. The cancer in this country is spending, and economic security is our national security, as we're seeing, and that's got to be front and center stage. And I'm glad Kevin said we're going to work until we get something worked out, but it's going to be broadcast everywhere all over this country on what we decide to do. And if his notion is a clean CR, which is given into the $7 trillion spending that Pelosi and Schumer worked out last time in 19, we're not doing that this time. Or he's going to have to fight for the votes to get it. And if he goes to the Democrats, he has got a problem.